Hello and welcome to Long's Toys. I have another Transformers 4 Age of Extinction review for you today. This is a normal deluxe. This is Scorn, one of the Dinobots. I'm not exactly sure what kind of dinosaur he is. But there's some nice pictures on the back here. Oh, there you go. Spinosaurus. That's what kind of dinosaur he is. I think he looks pretty good. Nothing on the bottom there. So let's go ahead and get him out of package and take a look. Okay, so here we have Scorn in his dino mode. Now right out of the packaging, you kind of need to fold this silver, or I should say gray colored piece back in to meet the neck. And that kind of forms the full of his neck. The other thing you need to do, the tail will be tucked in between his legs. Pull it out and you turn it around. And his legs will be a little bit farther, like how robot mode makes the crotch area. You're going to want to fold this in like this, and I'll get closer. You can see there's a little hole right there. There we go. There's a little hole right there that's going to peg into this piece here. So you just kind of, and mine doesn't really want to go flush all the way. Like I think it's because of the plastic this tail is made out of. But you kind of just push this here, and then you can push this so that it'll tab in. There you go. And then once it tabs in, you just kind of push it, and then you can push the hind legs back. And that way, it makes obviously the Dino mode, once properly transformed, looks much better. So in this mode, he's got these little hands on ball joints here. He's got a ball joint here. It's kind of hard though because the crotch wants to swing down like you're transforming into robot mode. But you can move these a little bit. That's kind of it. And this keeps coming unpegged on mine. It's just, this is kind of, the tail is made out of kind of a softer plastic. And it just, I don't know. It's not a huge problem, but it keeps coming unpegged. So it's kind of annoying. The head can move. It's a swivel like this. And then there's a joint right here so he can turn his head side to side. The mouth can open. I promise. There we go. So you can, now if you turn the head up like this back piece is going to come with it. But you can move the head up and down like that. There we go. And you can open the mouth. I think it looks pretty good. I really like the eyes. I think they look awesome. I like the light blue contrasted against the red. And they just look very scheming and evil. The head kind of reminds me of like Beast Wars Pterosaur. It's kind of the same colors. Really more like Pterosaur looked on the show with the kind of scheming eyes. I really like it. I like the orange accents up here on the body. But as far as posability, really, it's mostly the head and these little arms. The legs a little bit, but not a whole lot. But I still think he looks great. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start his transformation. Okay, and I did want to show you real quick, he does come with this sword accessory that you can hide here underneath in the tail. It literally just clips right in. So that's cool, but I'm going to go ahead and remove it. Now to start the transformation, you start with the big spine up here. You can see, let me zoom in. Right here and right here, there's a spot where the little tab clips in. So you're going to unpeg that and then swing these both around to the back. And then you'll see there's a spot here and here for it to tab in on the back. So you tab that on the back like that, and that gives them kind of a cool These are gonna be on the back, almost kind of like wings. The next thing you can do is start with the legs here. This piece, the middle toe on each leg, is going to flip around to the back to make kind of like a pointed front of his boot. Then you can fold these down on both sides. And then you're basically just going to straighten the leg out so that it makes his robot legs. You're going to unpeg this part and just kind of move the tail out of the way for now. And also up here where the arms are, you're going to just kind of bring that down. And then you're just going to, there's a piece here in the middle. This gray piece right here. You're just going to bring that down to form like the crotch. So there we go. And then this red piece will come down and kind of clip into place. And then you can just kind of rotate the legs. And then there you go. You can kind of see that's going to be the midsection and waist. And then you're just going to turn the whole top of the figure 90 degrees. And what that's going to do, let me move this up a little bit. It kind of starts a little bit of automorph where, and I'll go back. This, oops, this came unpegged. Peg this back in. This kind of panel right here is going to slide back a little bit as the head pops up and the shoulders will raise a little bit. So this will slide back and you kind of are going to have to pull the head up a little bit. It needs a little bit of help. It doesn't come up all the way. So this is the majority. You just kind of bring this down and this becomes like a spear arm. Now, in the directions, they want you to leave this like this and just hang the hands down like that. What I kind of prefer to do when I was toying with this a little bit, push this all the way down and then kind of put the hands up here like this. And you can kind of fold them a little bit tighter on the back. Just something like that. You can get as tight or as not as much as you want. I just think it kind of gets him out of the way a little bit better and gives him a little bit better of a back. Last but not least, you're just going to kind of turn this 180 degrees. The hand is going to pop out of the head here. And then you kind of bring this down. Now again, the directions show to open the mouth and put it all the way like this. Which I don't really know what that gets you. So I'm just going to keep that closed, and then I'm going to bring this down and push it tight against that. Because I just think that kind of looks like more of a cohesive arm. I don't know why you'd want a forearm with a big hole in the middle of it. And then you can put this sword in his hand. And there you go. You have Scorn. I just wanted to give you a quick 360 real quick before I move into like the head sculpt and the posability. I think he looks great. I really like the design of the spine becoming like the two kind of ridges on the back. And I really love the colors, the darker gray, the lighter gray, and then the red and the orange with the kind of blue accents for the eyes of both the robot and Dino mode. I think he looks great. Alright, so I'm going to move in a little bit closer here just to show you articulation. At the hips, he's got a ball joint up here. It can move kind of in and out like this, and also up and down. He's got 90 degrees, actually a little bit more than 90 degrees here at the knee. And he's got a swivel right here where the gray meets the red. It can swivel like that. Now these pieces here, the directions kind of have you like turn them or turn them back this way. I mean, to me, that doesn't really do or add much. It is officially one of the instructions. It's a step in the instructions, I should say. I don't know. Like I said, it's kind of just a personal preference thing. To me, it doesn't really do anything, but I guess you can kind of put him a little closer for Dino mode and put him a little closer just to make it look like his leg's a little bit wider than it is. I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much it for leg articulation. He's got the knee, he's got the swivel, he's got the hip up here. He does have a little bit, you'd have to move these arms again, but he does have a little bit of waist articulation, but it's kind of only, it's right here and it's only the one direction for the transformation. You really can't go back the other way. The shoulder here rotates. He's got rotation here, inside the shoulder, and then he's got a swivel right below that, and then the spear can kind of swivel like this. On this side, the shoulder is the same, out, and this part can swivel right below that, and then this can kind of move up and down for an elbow. The hand can kind of go in or out just from the transformation of hiding it in the head. And then up here, the head sculpt, or I should say the head, is on a ball joint, but it can do mostly side to side. It can go down a little bit and up a very little bit, but not a whole lot. Mostly just side to side. I want to bring it in close for the head sculpt. I really, really, really like this head sculpt. It reminds me kind of like a knight's helmet with the thin visor. And I love the blue color that they used as the accent for the visor. The other thing that I think, the packaging calls this a spear mode, but it almost kind of reminds me of a lance, especially with the knight, the medieval times knight helmet-looking head, and then he's kind of got this lance and a sword. So he's giving me kind of a knight feel, which I really like. I've always kind of been a big fan, of like King Arthur and knights and stuff like that. So to get kind of a dinosaur Autobot that has kind of a knight feel in robot mode, I mean, that's just like everything a little boy loves. Dinosaurs, knights, robots, it's got everything. It's perfect. So I really, really, really like this robot mode. I have to say, in closing, I really, really like Scorn. The regular Deluxes are so much better than the Power Battlers, like the Crosshairs I reviewed yesterday. I'm definitely going to be sticking to the regular Deluxes because this guy is so much better than the Power Battler I did yesterday. He's got perfect articulation, as much as you'd want or need. The only thing that's really missing is kind of waist articulation. I mean, he's got a little, but it's very limited. But it's really not a big deal. I mean, I love the head sculpt. I love the color scheme. I love the kind of lance/spear arm. And then also he's got a sword he can use in his other arm. I mean, he's just ready to kick butt. He looks fantastic. There's really not much I can say negatively about this figure. I got this at Walmart for around $15, which I guess is pretty much a standard deluxe price now. Kind of wish they would get back closer to $10, but, inflation, I guess. The card really does have some nice artwork. I really like the picture of Scorn on the card. I know that's all like a silver dinosaur mode, but I still think it looks great. So I have to say, in closing, I definitely recommend this figure. If you're collecting Transformers 4 figures, definitely don't skip the Dinobots. They're probably going to be, in my opinion, the gems of this line. They're definitely the figures I'm most excited about. I mean, there's only so many Bumblebees and so many Optimuses you can really get. These are new and exciting Dinobot robots. I'm very excited. So in closing, definitely recommend this guy. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Please like and share this video. I have links in the description for my Facebook and Twitter. Make sure you're following me on there. Make sure you're subscribed on YouTube. My 100th video giveaway is still going on, so please go back and watch my 100th video, and at the very end there's rules for the contest. So please make sure you check this out, or check that out. And I hope you've enjoyed this video of Transformers 4 Age of Extinction Scorn, and thanks for watching.